Welcome back to the channel. My name is A-bomb. Welcome back to Football Manager 2021 and Eastern Resurgence 2 with Steaua Bucharest and the start of season number 6 and our third in the first division. And today we're going to go through some deals made so far in pre-season, a few transfers and many more to make along the way. We also have our first game of the season. We're against Astra, our first game, and hopefully it'll be a 6th season in a row where we'll win our opening game. We've won all of our openers so far. Let's try and make it another one. And we'll have a look at the season ahead, as well as a look at who we're going to be facing in our first European game. And as always, if you enjoyed the series, do drop a like down below and leave comments. It's the best way to support and help the channel. And if you haven't done so already, or if you're new, then do subscribe and turn on notifications as we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So last episode, we rounded out season 5 with our last 2 games and just came up short of the title. In an amazing season, we've done really well. We got to the playoffs and we ended up finishing 2nd place on head-to-head. We beat CSA 2-0 to put us within a win of the title. All we had to do was beat FCSB in that last game and we'd win the title. It was the final game everyone else had played. Because FCSB were in the cup, our game got delayed. And all we had to do was win. And instead, we had an anticlimactic 0-0 in the Steaua Bucharest derby. And it meant that we fell short of winning the title. It went to Gazmetan Mediash in the end on head-to-head. And we finished 2nd. Still a remarkable finish. You know, came just short of the title. Hopefully we can go one better. But I imagine this year is going to be a lot harder. We'll have to wait and see. But 2nd place does mean that we have European football this season. We're in the 2nd qualifying round of the Europa Conference League. I don't really know how far we're going to get. I've got no idea. But we're just going to see how things go. We might lose the first tie. We might get a bit further. I've got no idea. So that's just going to be a fun experiment to see exactly how far we get there. So in terms of transfers, we've had a few departures. The first of which is Oleksiy Kashchuk, our Ukrainian, who really didn't get a chance in the first team. He's gone to Patron. We got £200,000 for him, so we got a bit of money for a player that we brought in for free, which is fine by me. Stefan Draghici has gone to the champions, to Gazmetan. Again, didn't feature a great deal for us last season. He only started 8 games with 8 sub-appearances as well. Couple of goals, couple of assists, but ultimately not a great season. And we got £155,000 from him, from Gaz. Alexandru Popescu has left and is a free agent. Barely played last season due to a change in system. Started off playing 8 appearances and 7 from the bench, but didn't feature much at all in the second half of the season. And with our changing system to a flat 3 midfield, having a cam didn't really make too much sense. So he's now a free agent. And Danilo Brasanovic has also left the club, our left-footed centre-back. Played a handful of games last season, but didn't do very well, didn't play too well. And he's left the club and he's a free agent himself. And now we have brought in a number of players on free transfers. What I did was I went around looking for youngsters that were going to be out of contract. And we've got a bunch of players that are coming. So I'm going to show you those. Hasn't been a great deal for the first team yet. I'm still working on that. But so far we have made 8 signings. So let's go through them chronologically. Starting off with Gabrielle Bordeaux, a 21-year-old midfielder. Can play as an attacking midfielder, can play as a winger. He's got good first touch, he's got decent passing and technique, looks like a solid player who can definitely live up to some potential. He's not especially quick, but he can pass the ball well, he's got good first touch. As I said, all these players are free agents, and we got this guy from Patron. He was out of contract, we picked him up for nothing. Nikolai Grigore is a defender, can play as a centre-back or a right-back. Good marking and tackling, 6'2" with 14 jumping reach, not too bad, although his heading is only 8. Good work rate, good teamwork, aggressive centre-back, very brave. Viorel Martin is a 20-year-old. He is a midfielder who can play on either wing, but looks, you know, better as a sort of central midfielder. Some decent physicals in there. Again, aggressive with good work rate, decent passer of the ball. From Botoshani, we have Leontyne Grigore, another defender who can play as a left back. Decent marking, very strong, brave, good teamwork. And again, these guys are all sort of under 21, so they can come into the team and fill that gap, but they're not quite good enough for the first team yet. So it might be a year or two before we see that happen where they come into the first team, but he's got good potential as well. David Popa is another player that we're getting on a free and looks like a really good one as well. He's a left winger who is right-footed, so he can be like an inverted winger. And he's fairly quick, decent flair, good technique, decent crossing. He's only 19 and he's currently at 2.5 stars. So yeah, he's probably one of the better ones that we got in this batch of free agents. Well, not free agents, in this batch of Bosman deals. But yeah, he looks pretty good. And lastly, we have Darius Tomer, another defender. He's 19 and he's come from Hermannstadt as well. 6'4" with 15 jumping reach, not too bad at all. And 10 heading is okay. He's determined, he's got good positioning and teamwork, his marking's pretty good. And again, at 19, this guy can hopefully meet some of this potential and improve with time. Some of these guys might get loaned out, some of these guys might play in the first team here and there. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. One thing we have done though is we have not loaned Nigoiscu again. Cluj were a bit reluctant to loan him again, and he was too expensive for us to buy. So no Nigoiscu this season. He's been in loan for 4 seasons. He's been great, but now it's time to find another option. But there is a return for Nikolai Shafran. We had him on loan for season 4. And he was okay. 17 appearances, he got a goal, he got an assist. He was a solid right back. He's come in on a permanent deal. He's cost us £170,000 from Politimishura. And him and Popov are going to be our right back options for now. I do want to try and get a really good right back. Maybe in the winter or maybe next season, but we're going to go Shafran and Popov for this season. And one more player that we brought in is Gabrielle Bordeaux, who is an 18-year-old midfielder. He's cost £90,000 from Gloria Bistrica. Good dribbler of the ball, very quick, can play on the left wing or in central midfield. Again, 18-year-old and a player for the future. So only really one first-team player brought in, and that is Shafran. So a lot more work to do in the transfer window, but we've got a few players in. So looking at where we need players, we definitely need to work on right wing. I think that's the next port of call for us. And we definitely need a couple of centre-backs. So we'll have to look for those. I'm a bit reluctant to use loans, though. You know, we came second last season. There's going to be some players that are available for loan for us, but I don't really want to use them too often. We'll probably get 1 or 2 in. I think we'll get a lone centre-back in. Maybe a right winger, but we need some first team options for that. And also we want to try and fill the quota of under 22s that are homegrown. At the moment we have Vasilescu, we no longer have Negoescu, so I think Vasilescu is the only really viable option we have for that. So that's something else that we really need to work on. So our first game of the season is at home against Astra Georgiou. We could hopefully make it 6 seasons in a row of winning our opening fixture. We've got FCSB near the end of August. We've got a Eternal Derby at the start of December. But as I said, this season is our first in the Europa Conference League. Our first games in Europe. We're into the second qualifying round. And we're off to Kazakhstan. We've been drawn against Kairat Almaty in the second qualifying round, a Kazakhstani side. So I apologise in advance for my Borat references next episode. So we're going to take them on next episode. We've got Voluntari after today's game. And then we've got 2 legs against Kairat. So both of those will be in the next video. So Arsenal, Betis, Mönchengladbach and Salzburg are the winners so far of the Europa Conference League, with Shakhtar, Everton, Montpellier and Sporting the runners-up. We haven't really had a look at European competitions, so we haven't had a need to. So we're going to have a look through them now. So there's Europa Conference League finalists. In the Europa League, we've seen Leverkusen, Man United, Real Madrid, Bayern and Napoli win, with Sevilla, Sporting, Lyon, Atalanta and Real Madrid, the runners-up. And in the Champions League, Man United, Atletico, Borussia Dortmund, Man City and Liverpool winning the Champions League, with 2 runners-up for Dortmund, Liverpool, United and Juve finishing second in their finals as well. So yeah, I don't know how we're going to do in the Conference League. We're into round 2 of the qualifiers. We'll just see how things go. So have a look at our coefficient points. We're on 4,550. They're on 9,500, so they've got double our coefficient points. So it might be a bit of a tough one. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, I think we've talked for long enough. Let's play some football, shall we? First game against Astra Georgiou. Let's see if we can make it 6 seasons in a row of winning our first game. And this is the team that we're hopefully going to win our first game of the season with. As you can see, Goran Erez is in goal. We're going to pull the trigger on him. 20 years old. He needs to start getting better. He needs to start meeting this potential. He's got some really good attributes in there. Grayab is going to be our backup goalkeeper. He's going to play in the Europa Conference League. He's going to play in the Cup. But for the league, we're going to go with Erez until he goes out of form. Hopefully he won't. The back 4 is Radu, Manolake, Suka and Popov. We've got Shafran, of course, who could come on and play for us. But we're going to go Popov for today. Vasilescu, Tomer and Maximovic going to remain our midfield 3 for now. Popa is going to play on the left-hand side. David Popa. 19 years old, and he will fill that under 21s quota along with Vasilescu. Ismail's moved to the right hand side for today, and Lovren Nezovic is going to start up top. And on the bench we've got options like Ispas, who's still here, Nechu, Martin, Krivinovic. So a young bench, but hopefully a good bench. Of course, we've got some injuries still. Stupar still recovering from the cruciate injury. He's going to be back in a couple of months. Marong's not quite fit to play, and Grimin is also carrying a bit of a knock. We're starting on a positive mentality for this game. We should be favourites for it. We're going to go shorter passing with high tempo. We've got a high defensive line. We could drop that line of engagement, but I think we'll keep it at standard for now. So similar system to what we were using last season. We've got a bit more positive. Hopefully we can come out with another win and win our 6th opening game of the save at 6. Okay, team meeting's gone all right. The team talk's gone all right. Apparently we lost the last time we faced these guys. I don't remember it, but apparently we did. Let's see if we can get ourselves another win and our 6th in a row of opening games. I mean, Ishmael has picked up a bit of a calf injury early on. Not what we want. We haven't seen a highlight yet in this game. We've had 3 shots. They've had 0. Nothing has happened. Okay. Oh, what a first half that's been. Nothing happened. There was not a single highlight. Apparently we're next year 0.53. It would be nice to have actually seen something there. Well, we have been the better team, but at least we've had shots at goal. They haven't had a single one. But we need a better second half. Let's see some highlights, please. Here we go. 53 minutes on the clock, and we have possession in a highlight. Ishmael's still receiving treatment. I think we're going to have to bring him off because he is now really struggling. In fact, we'll do that immediately after this highlight. Here's Popa. First appearance in the team for him today. He's gone for goal and he scored. David Popa on his debut has made it 1-0 to Steaua. And the first highlight of the match. It's been a drab 50 minutes or so. And Popa gets his first goal on his first appearance to give us a 1-0 lead. Here he is. And a good finish for him. Cuts inside and is a right-footed inverted winger. Hits with the right foot and a good finish. Okay, we are now going to take off Ishmael. We're going to put on Kravinovic. Hopefully Ishmael's not going to be out for a long time. He was our top scorer last season with 22 goals. Hopefully we won't miss him for too long. As a set piece goes over from Astra. That was their first shot at goal. It's the first time we've seen them shoot. Here's Vasilescu to Nezovic. Could be another chance for us here to double our lead maybe. But pass there is misplaced and cleared by Bukal. Here is Thomas Sukar. That wasn't a good ball. That was not a good ball at all. And Grigore is through on goal. Erez has come out. Oh, and he hasn't cleared it. Grigore has equalised. I mean, Erez did well to come out, but just didn't really get rid of it. I mean, he didn't get rid of it at all, did he? But it's 1-1. I mean, it started badly from that pass by Sukar. It was a terrible pass. And then Erez came out to meet Grigore, made the save. No one got to it. And Grigore had another goal. Had another go, rather, and got the goal. I mean, as it stands, we could be failing to win our first opening game. But let's see with this free kick here. Oh, and it's off the bar. Wow. Going to bring on Ispas for Nezovic. Ispas, he needs a goal. He really needs a goal. He hasn't scored in such a long time. But it looks like we're going to fail to win an opening game for the first time this series. We're into stoppage time. We've got one more change we can make. It's going to be Popa off. And no, it's not going to be Popa off because we don't have anyone else out there. It's going to be Tomer off. It's going to be Ibisevic on. And for the first time this series, we've failed to win our opening fixture. And it all came down to mistakes at the back. Popov really sold short by Sukar. The ball given away. And then Erez made a save. Came out and made a good save. But unfortunately wasn't there for a rebound. 1-1. First time this series that we failed to win an opening game. I mean, a bit of bad luck. There was a couple of mistakes in there. But yeah, just unfortunate. Popa got himself a goal on his first game though. So I'm happy with that at least. But for the first time that we failed to win in an opening game this series. Ishmael thankfully only going to miss a few days. So he'll be back in no time. But we definitely need to work on transfers. We're going to need a few players. You know, experienced players, younger players. But right winger and centre back. Definitely where we need to get those signings in. So I don't know if it'll be next episode because we've got those 2 Europa Conference League games. But after that, hopefully, I'll have a few more players to show you. We might get some more signings over the line before Kairat. Who knows? But we definitely need to get some signings in soon. Otherwise, we're going to struggle this season. And that was a game that I think we really should have been winning, and we haven't won it. So that's disappointing. For the next episode, we're going to be going on a little European trip to Kazakhstan. That's going to be exciting. We're facing Kairat, and it's going to be our first game in Europe. It's Europa Conference League. Again, a competition that I'm excited to play in. Hopefully, we'll get a little bit of a way through. Don't really want to end up going out in the first games against Kairat, but it's going to be a tough one. Their coefficient's better than ours. I don't know how they're doing in real life. We don't have the league loaded and we can't really see it. So I don't really know how they've been doing. Okay, so in 2020, they were the champions. They did win the league. And as it stands in the current season, they're in 5th place, 5 points behind the leaders Astana. So they're one of the top teams in Kazakhstan. But that's going to be next time. For now, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, do drop a like down below and leave comments. If you haven't done so already, or if you're new, then do subscribe and turn on notifications. Next time, it's our first time playing in Europe. We're having a little trip to Kazakhstan. Not a little trip, it's a big trip. to Kazakhstan to face Kairat and see if we can make some progress in the European competition. We might go out, we might go through, I've no idea, but we'll find out next time. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.